Good morning, guys. So today again we are sitting with Rachel from US, who has recently moved from US, California, all the way to Dubai. And today we are going to discuss about a very interesting topic about luxury real estate here in Dubai and how exactly the luxury real estate space is different from US versus Dubai. So you'll be able to explain us end to end. We would be able to get a lot of insights from her. So let's go ahead and check it out. So this video is brought to you by Riverside, one of the best online remote podcasting tools. So are you ready to take your podcasting or the live streaming game to the next level? Let me introduce you to Riverside, exactly the tool what I personally use for all of my podcasts. The ultimate one-stop solution for online remote podcasting and live streaming. So whether you are recording from across the globe or streaming live with your audience, Riverside delivers studio quality audio and video on every single time. But that's not all. Riverside also comes with a game-changing AI-powered tool that automatically creates reels and shorts from your long-form podcast. Yes, it's the easiest way to turn your best moments into viral content in just seconds, and you can use them on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, anywhere you like. So whether you are a beginner or a pro, Riverside has everything you need to create, edit, and share content seamlessly. So ready to elevate your content? Go ahead and install Riverside right now. They also have a free account in case you want to try. Link is below in the video description. Go ahead, install it, and they also have discounts running on yearly plans. Go ahead and check it out. So in the first podcast, we already discussed about your journey from the US to the mighty Dubai.
Yeah.
And we have already discussed about everything what you love about Dubai. In this video, we will keep it very clear and straight to the point about real estate, because that is what you do. And a lot of people would be interested to know about the luxury real estate part. Like people keep on seeing all over Instagram about the real estate in Dubai.
Yeah.
But you need to show them and tell them exactly what exactly does it mean about that luxury real estate part, which is in Dubai.
Yes.
So tell us something about yourself.
Well, I just started my own real estate brokerage in Dubai, and I was a real estate agent in California, and I was working in Palm Springs and Los Angeles for 6 years.
6 years. Wow,
Yeah.
that's long.
Yeah.
So how do you like it here in Dubai?
Incredible. There is no place like it.
Just started again.
Yes.
All right. So you have stayed in the US and Canada and now Dubai. So where do you like the most and why is that?
Hands down, Dubai. I will never return to North America. I mean, never say never, but you just cannot beat the lifestyle here. It's just so convenient and so safe and so clean, and everything is at your fingertips. And it's just, there is an ease of life here that is unmatched
Absolutely.
anywhere in the world.
So what made you ditch California for Dubai?
I got divorced, so there's that.
Sorry about
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you. And when I looked around, where else would I move? Because I didn't want to be in California anymore. And I thought about moving to Dallas. I thought about moving to Nashville, both great cities. I have friends, family there. But I just thought, I'm just moving to another big American city with the exact same problems. So it was my brother who saw a video on TikTok about Dubai, a woman who moved from the UK to Dubai, and she was talking about how great it is. And he said, you need to move to Dubai.
Absolutely.
And so I did.
So how different is selling luxury real estate here in Dubai as compared to California?
It's very similar. I mean, people are people regardless of where you go. Everybody wants a good investment. Everybody wants to know that they're making the right investment and that their money is safe, and the day that they move in, that they're happy. So whether you're selling luxury real estate in California or Dubai, it's the same. You're meeting people's expectations.
And where do you feel we get the highest return on investment?
Anything looking at or on the water, in my opinion.
But
Yeah.
they're again very expensive.
Yeah. I mean, you've gotta have.
So ROI will be less.
Yeah.
ROI will be less.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely have to have a bank account, but anything that has great capital appreciation in Dubai is going to be on the water, near the water, looking at water. Those are your high.
In the point of capital appreciation.
Yes.
But what about on the like the return on investment, like in the monthly rentals and all those stuff?
On a monthly rental, again, it's always about, the saying about real estate is always location, 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 regardless of where you're buying. And it's the same when you're renting. I mean, if you're going to purchase a one-bedroom apartment, it's going to look at the back of a wall. Your ROI is not going to be great. You definitely want to give people a view. You want to give them amenities. That's what people are looking for. And I mean, it can't always be on the water. There are tons of great neighborhoods all over Dubai, for families, everything. There's everything you want here. But if you want a really good ROI, you want to be in Marina, JBR. Again, pick your buildings, pick your views, that type of thing, the Palm.
So let's say someone is investing like 1 million dirhams on a 1 bedroom or even a very good studio or something like that.
Yeah.
So they can expect in Dubai maybe 8%?
Yes, anywhere between, let's say, 6 and 8%.
6 to 8, and excluding the service bills.
Right.
And if as compared to the US, what kind of ROIs do people get in the US?
Can be a similar ROI, but then you've got your taxes.
On the top.
Yeah, you've got taxes on top. You've got, and then if you go to sell it, you've got your capital gains. The other thing.
Both ways.
Yeah. The other thing about owning, even doing Airbnb in the US or owning rental property in general, you've, the squatters' rights that exist there. So the tenant has more rights than the owner, and they can end up really like not paying rent for a long time. You can't get them out. They can just trash your property.
Is it really that bad?
Yeah, it can be. It can be. You have to be so careful. You really have to vet your renters. And even owning Airbnb, you've got to vet your renters there as well. Yeah.
Okay. So like in Dubai, normally whenever you're taking something on rent, they take like 3 months or 6 months check or 12 months check.
Yes.
How does it happen in the US?
It's month to month.
Month to month. Or if someone doesn't pay, what happens?
Then you have to go to court. You've got to
long process.
Yes, you've got to file against them, but they can stay in a property.
Or you cannot just tell them to leave.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's all kinds of problems.
Difficult.
It is very difficult. Yeah. Dubai is the place to have rental property for sure.
Yeah. Because it's here, the laws are very strict. Like if someone is not paying for maybe, I believe it's 2 months.
Yeah.
You can actually just file a case and like take them out as well. With the help of police, you can take them out.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
It is.
So it's close to 6 to 8%.
Yeah.
Excluding the service bills.
Right.
Still not bad.
It's
and
not
at the
bad.
same time, capital appreciation is also happening.
Right.
Any location.
Exactly. And if you can charge more, then your ROI is going to go up.
Or else if you would have bought it at a very good price.
Yes.
Like people who have bought, for example, Tilal Al Ghaf for 1.2 millions, they're getting rent of close to 250K right now, which is huge.
I know.
More than 15-16%.
It's
huge.
I know. It's
huge.
Incredible.
So, and how did you build your network from scratch here in Dubai?
It's all about networking. I have never been in a place where networking is so important. And it doesn't matter if you're out, going to bars, clubs, restaurants, join up with networking events. There's a lot of things on Facebook that you can join up with. And
so did you try any?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm in a women's business network.
Okay.
And just even if you're shopping at Waitrose, talk to people.
Yeah.
Like just, oh, hey, what's that? And then you just
more
start
like American thing.
Right. Like you start a conversation with people, or you're at the hair salon or whatever, and you talk to another woman, and all of a sudden it's like, you just have a conversation. Because at the end of the day, if people know you, like you, and trust you, and then find out that you're in real estate, they'll want to do business with you because they understand that you're a legit good person. And it's all about networking here.
Yeah. So does those Facebook events and groups, do they work well?
They do. And people will post like, hey, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that, or and multiple people respond, and sometimes you'll get a direct message back and sometimes not.
Maybe I will ask you to add my wife over there.
Yeah.
She sells paintings and all. We see all over the world.
Oh, yeah. No, that's great. Yeah. Networking is huge in
Dubai. Absolutely.
Yeah.
In Dubai, it's very huge.
Yeah.
Do you have such groups in the US as well? Or like people are not very active?
No.
No?
And how we market real estate in the US, a lot of it is doing mailers.
Emails.
Yeah. Okay. No, physical mail.
Okay.
Yeah, because we don't do physical mail in Dubai, right? But there we do physical mail, like a little card, like a 5x7 card with our face on it, and talking about us and our closed sales or what we have for sale, like that type of thing. We also can do door knocking.
Oh, strictly.
Yeah. So
very conventional way, like very old ways.
Yeah, like just stuff like that. You can go door knocking. You can leave stuff at people's homes.
Okay.
Like you might, let's say, like I lived in a gated community, so I would take around small flowers, like a little potted plant or something with my card and say, I'm here in the neighborhood. I'm a neighborhood specialist. If you're ever interested, I'd love to meet you, that type of stuff.
Okay.
And then also in the US, email is more important than WhatsApp.
Email.
We never used WhatsApp.
Yeah, WhatsApp.
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Email
People use iMessage a lot.
yeah, iMessage for
iMessage,
sure. But email is really important. So, you're definitely doing the monthly market reports, but then you're also touching your client a lot with other information like, oh, here's some great recipes for Thanksgiving or Christmas or just stuff like that to always kind of keep.
Very different.
Yeah, very different.
Very different.
Yeah, here it's not like that.
Not like it's very straight. Like if you are just active on social media, you'll eventually get some clients. And what makes Dubai real estate, luxury real estate market so hot right now?
The Dubai luxury real estate market is so hot because we really have the world moving here.
A lot of people are.
Yeah, I mean, you've got people from Europe, from North America, not so much, but you've got Russians, Chinese. Everybody wants to be in a safe haven and they want to know that their money is protected.
Yeah, of course.
And there's no better place to have it than.
And after you came here to Dubai, how many of your friends or like people have actually moved to Dubai?
Not moved yet. I've had a lot of visitors now.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Getting to know.
They're getting to learn, and they all have said the same thing. What an incredible place this is. Yeah.
So being in the US, you do not get to know about all the stuff about Dubai?
I would say North America in general does not understand about Dubai because they see a lot of like maybe what's on social media or the Netflix shows that really don't represent Dubai in the greatest fashion, I would say. And that's not what Dubai is to me. I mean, that exists for sure, but that's not the norm for families, companies, businesses, normal people that are just going about their day-to-day life. It's not the bling bling and the whatever, right?
And which areas in Dubai are absolute gold mines in terms of luxury properties?
Oh, that is a great question. In terms of gold mines, I would say anything Palm. I know the Palm Jebeli is a longer. Yeah, I mean, that is a longer.
Long-term thing.
It is a long-term investment, but wow, it's going to be amazing. Yeah.
So what price are they selling it for?
It's really expensive. The fronds that they have released right now, they're all sold out.
Villas?
Yeah, the villa, like the plots themselves.
Oh, plots. Are they selling the plots only?
Just the plots only.
Okay. So you're allowed to build anything you want?
No, there's 7 designs that will be, that they, Nakhil will have presented to clients. And you have to pick one of the 7.
Pick. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you look at so many different pockets. Dubai South.
Dubai South is also going to take some time, I believe.
It's going to take some time, but anything here in JVC, the Palm, Demac Hills. I mean, Talalog Ave, like
all of those.
I mean, there's everything, right?
And for every kind of people, like
every price point.
Every price point, they have got like options.
Yeah.
What do you think about Marina? Marina, anyways, it's full.
Yeah.
Still.
I love the Marina, and from what I'm hearing, they are going to start to reorganize it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like revamp it a bit because now they've realized it's too congested.
Yeah.
And some, there's older buildings in there.
It's very old.
Yeah. I used to live on the edge of the Marina and I loved it.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved the location. But when you get down in the center of it, it's a bit of a challenge with traffic.
It's very congested, very congested. And how are the wealthy buyers different in Dubai as compared to the US?
It's similar.
Same.
I mean, same, honestly. People at the end of the day, like I said before, you've got to build a relationship with them and you have to realize that it's your money that I'm dealing with. And so we have to have really open, candid conversations about how I can help you and what the end use is, what you're really looking for.
Same in the US.
Yeah, it's the exact same.
But in the US, you have only 2 options. Like either you pay upfront or else you have to go for a mortgage.
Right. It's either cash or mortgage.
Cash. But here you can pay by crypto. I believe anyone can pay by crypto. That is maybe one of the reasons why so many Russians and Chinese are also moving in. Yeah. So they can pay like crypto, cash, anything such.
Yep.
And which nationality is buying the most luxury real estate properties right now?
Right now, it's Germans.
Germans?
Yeah.
Really?
Germans, French, Europeans, then back
But
to
why would they move? Like Germany is such a nice country. I was just in Germany
Were
like
you?
last month. Yes.
Yeah, I was just at a development company yesterday speaking with one of their top salespeople, and he just said his majority of buyers are German.
What?
There's a lot of unrest in
Really?
Germany right now. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on, but that's what he said. And then of course you've got Russian, Chinese, Indian, Pakistan, but that it's German and French.
Moving in.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
So we can still have, like, we can keep on seeing a lot of rise in the prices, rent, all of those, because if whole world is moving in, of course, the prices are not going to come down.
Yeah.
It will just boom, 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 keep on shooting up.
I mean, I moved here just over a year ago, and I sure wish I would have bought something then
Back then.
because
Crazy, you
it's
know.
crazy.
And what's a typical day in your life look like as a real estate agent?
The key is to get your workout in really early.
Okay.
Because if you don't do it early, it's
Yep.
not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because sure enough, the phone's going to go off, and it's just one thing after another. And especially now that I have my own brokerage and I'm building my business, interviewing a lot of people, all of that.
So how tough is it to run a business here in Dubai?
It's honestly very easy to set up a business. I had no idea how easy it would be, because if I tried to do this in the USA or Canada, it would have cost so much money.
So
And
much.
the regulation process, oh no, governments, no, not
Very easy.
here. It's like, yeah, you want that? Great. No problem. You want an investor visa? Great. No problem.
And you did it all by yourself.
I did it all by myself.
Did not even use one single agency.
No, I did
Wow.
not.
You
I-
saved a lot of money.
I did save a lot of money, and I figured it out on my own. So I was very proud of doing that.
Love
You
it.
just have to ask questions,
Yeah, that's all.
and they're very helpful.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
Very helpful.
People, they want to do business.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, let me help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like walking out, then talking to people, and that's all.
Yeah.
And meeting clients, of course.
Yes. Meeting clients, talking to people, creating social media.
And
Yeah.
now are you building the team as well?
I am building my team as well. Yeah.
So for the sales, marketing, everything, they would be handling.
Yes.
So they
I
can
just hired an amazing sales director.
Okay.
He's got a fantastic track record.
From which country?
He's from Scotland.
Ah, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So people from Scotland are over here as well.
oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, lots of them. Ireland. Yeah, so I'm building my team, and my mandate with anything is that I want to instill the golden rule in my team. Treat people how you would want to be treated.
Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. And what are some wild demands from ultra wealthy clients?
The craziest demand from an ultra wealthy client was he wanted a nightclub in his house.
In his house?
In his house. And we found him one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where was it?
I won't say.
But its option is
But
there in Dubai.
it's, yes. Yeah.
So a club inside the house.
Yes. A full nightclub. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's the secret sauce for selling high-end properties? Like, how do you approach and how do you make them believe that they should actually work with you?
Yeah. Again, it just comes back to connections and networking and building a relationship with people, and cold calling, of course, that goes on here. WhatsApp messaging goes on here. And just social media is so key, because the more you put out there, the more people see you. And then plus you can send links to people. Say, oh, I just did this video talking about the Palm. You send it to your Palm clients.
Yeah.
And just, it's,
Yeah, let them see. Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
just keep touching people. That's all it's about.
But like, how do you get in touch with those clients? Like, it's not very easy to get through those ultra high net worth individuals.
It's
contacts
not.
And all.
And honestly, cold calling and WhatsApp works.
Works?
Yeah, it does.
Ah,
It's
okay.
I mean, it works in every area of Dubai. I mean, you might not always get somebody to pick up the phone, but it definitely works here.
Okay. Because out of like 10 people, even if one gets converted, that's it.
Yep.
Job done.
Yep. Job done.
How do you build trust with clients who are spending millions
Yeah. To build trust with somebody is you've got to sit with them face to face
and discuss?
and discuss. Yeah.
Know the requirements.
Yep. Everybody has to put on the table what their expectations are. Because if I don't know ultimately what you want, how much you can spend, what exactly you're looking for, how am I supposed to help you?
Yeah, that's
Right.
with the options.
Right. And I have to know, what is the best way that you like to communicate? Do you like me to call you? Do you want to go talk by WhatsApp? Is it email? Because everybody communicates differently.
Different tastes.
Is there a certain time that I'm like, that's a no-go that you don't want to communicate? Is it after 2:00? Is it early mornings? Like, what do you want? And those are like just small details, but you need to have those conversations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what rookie mistakes do you see the new luxury agents make in Dubai?
I think the rookie mistake is everybody moves to Dubai and thinks, I'm going to make $1 million and it's going to happen in 6 months and I'm going to buy a watch and I'm going to get a fancy car. And
Doesn't happen like that.
it doesn't happen like that. Yeah, you've got to put in the work and you've got to be a sincere, honest person.
And not be a lot of pushy, because I see a lot of agents, they're like too pushy.
No.
Even if they don't have the details, they're like too pushy. Please,
Yeah.
please, let's do this. Let's go meet. Come on,
No.
man.
No.
You need to have the details first.
Absolutely. You have to know your product, know the locations. You've got to learn the craft of being a real estate agent. And unfortunately, I think social media has really pushed
Yes.
the fact that, oh, come to Dubai, you're going to make all this money.
Yeah.
And it's at the end of the day, it's a business.
Yeah.
And you have to want to work in that business, because otherwise you're going to burn through your bank account and go back to the UK,
That's what.
because you're going to be at the beach clubs and partying and that's it.
Done with it and go back.
Yeah, exactly.
And yes, how important is social media for selling luxury properties? Is it easy through social media?
I definitely have had people reach out to me through my TikTok and and my Instagram, and I
Dubai.
think in Dubai,
Yeah.
and ask me, where could I invest? What could I buy? I haven't closed a deal from social media, but I've definitely had conversations with people, and then we move it to WhatsApp. And they're legitimate people. I actually had a guy who hit me up through my LinkedIn as well,
Okay.
from the UK. And I didn't end up closing anything, but we're still in touch. He still follows me, and
Okay.
yeah.
Someday.
Someday you
for
just
sure.
you never know,
Yeah,
right?
never know.
Never know.
Never know. Social media absolutely works.
100%.
As long as you are putting in a lot of content, somehow something is going to click to
Yeah.
someone and they will get in touch and
Yeah.
get converted. And what's the best way to network in Dubai's luxury real estate circle?
What's the best network?
Yes, best way to network with all those people who are actually going to spend and buy from you.
I honestly have met some great people just sitting in hotel lobbies.
That's all.
Yeah, and just sitting there working.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then just you start talking to people.
Okay.
Or people will say, hey, how
Yeah.
are you, or whatever, blah, blah. You got to kind of bounce around. I've met people sitting and working in the mall. I've met people in hotel lobbies. I actually am working with a guy that I met on a dating app. It wasn't a love connection, but he wants to buy property, and it's legit.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's like, we're not going to date, but we're going to do a real estate transaction. That's fine. So you just don't know.
Anyone can come from anywhere.
Exactly.
And which areas in Dubai which you feel is absolutely going to blow up in value?
What
I believe JVC is one.
JVC is smashing it. Yeah, they're going to hand over, what is it, 15, 20,000 units come
Yes.
next year.
Coming
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
Lot of them.
A lot of them. I mean, just even, I haven't been in JVC for a bit, and then coming back today, wow, there's so much going on.
So many, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, such a great investment.
Which other areas do you feel?
I love the Palms. Sorry. I know it's expensive and it doesn't
But it's
have.
full. There is no.
I know, but if you can get your hands on something like even a shoreline apartment or a marina residence
But
apartment,
it's all old.
yeah, then you have to renovate it.
Yeah,
But
that's
I just think it just comes down to, it's always going to hold its
Value.
value. Yeah.
Now, is Dubai real estate market in a bubble, or this is just the beginning? What do you feel?
Everybody says that. Are we in a bubble? I do not believe that. I do not believe we're in a bubble, because at the end of the day, if you look at what's happening in the world, I don't see any of that getting any better anytime soon. This is a safe haven, and it's just not going to change. I just
Yeah.
don't see it changing.
And what do you feel? The prices, are we going to see a crash in the prices?
No,
No?
I don't feel that way at
Because
all.
there are a lot of people who are waiting for the prices to come down so that they
No.
can actually buy.
I know, but that happened in California as well. Everyone was waiting and waiting and waiting, and it's like you snooze, you lose.
Oh,
And people will ask me, when is the right time to buy? The right time to buy is when it's right for you.
when you can actually afford.
Exactly. Just shut out the noise of this and this and this and this. Think about what your needs are. not what your neighbor's doing, not what your friends are doing.
Mm.
Let's have that conversation
Mm.
and figure out what's best for you.
And if you can pay, just go ahead.
That's right.
Just go ahead. Don't think much.
Just buy it. I mean, you're not
It's difficult, yeah. Because it's a big decision again. If you just keep on waiting, you'll always keep on waiting.
exactly.
It's not possible for you to make a prediction that prices will come
Exactly.
down. I will wait till then. I will keep saving till then. It's never going to happen.
Yeah, nobody has a crystal ball, right? I mean, if you want to put your money where it's safe and so it's growing, Dubai real estate couldn't be a better investment.
One of the best. One of the
Yeah.
best. And what advice would you give to someone who is wanting to invest in Dubai real estate and just waiting and waiting?
Don't wait. If you my I have an expression. If you sleep on it, you won't sleep in it. And that's true. Because people always say, oh, I'll just wait. Okay, yeah, we love the house. This is great. Oh, it's perfect. Okay, just let me sleep on it overnight. And then someone else will come in and sure enough, it's gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Because when we were actually looking to buy the villa as well, with this one we purchased it last year
Yeah.
in July.
Okay.
But before that, I was like going through all the options, and we had finalized with 2 or 3 other villas as well.
Yeah.
And the moment when we go about like closing the deal, they're like, no, it's more. Now it's more. Now we have someone who is ready to pay more. If you're ready, pay more, pay us more. So I was thinking, what? Now we just keep on waiting, or we just go ahead and like do it? Because if you just keep on waiting, of course, you will always keep on staying waiting, like waiting, and the prices will never come down. Even if the prices come down, of course, you're not going to sell the house this next day, like
No.
panic sell or do something like that. Not
Yeah.
going to happen. You're going to stay here. You're going to keep the house, stay to keep it for like years.
Exactly.
And that's when, of course, the capital appreciation always happens.
Exactly.
It's not like the appreciation is not going to happen. Appreciation will always be there. For the apartments, what do you feel? Like whenever I'm in Dubai, I feel apartments appreciation is very slow.
It is.
Villas is high. So what do you feel about that?
Yeah, it depends, the location of the apartment, who's the builder of the apartment. And then, your capital appreciation can be a bit quicker. Villa is always desired.
Always desired.
Always. That's never going to change. So yeah, you're going to get a better ROI there. But it's like, like I always say, don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait.
Yeah, buy.
Buy real estate and wait, right? But people think, oh, I just want to do a quick flip. I got to get my money in and out. Well, that's not always the best strategy.
Yeah.
Yes, you always have to think about what your exit strategy is, whatever you're purchasing, whether it's an apartment or a villa. But again, none of us have a crystal ball about whatever is going to happen in our lives. So at least if you own an asset, you have that asset.
Yeah.
It's not like a car.
Depreciating.
That's a depreciating asset.
Yeah.
This is an asset,
And what do you feel about flipping here in Dubai? Is it easy?
It can be. You just have to find the right people to work for you.
And at the right price.
And yes, at the right price. There can be a lot of money to be made in flipping. If you look at the Palm Jumeirah right now, you drive down any front, and the amount of renovation that's going on, it's crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, if someone wants to flip, so what do you feel like for the off plans or the ready to move? Which one is easier to flip?
Oof. I personally, if it was me putting my money on the line, I would rather buy a secondary property and flip it.
Okay, secondary property.
Secondary property that's already done.
Renovate
it, and then flip it.
Then flip it. Okay.
Oops. Yeah.
So, and does it make good money?
Yes. I think for me, it just feels, I don't know, intuitively, it just feels better. Yes, I know people have made a lot of money flipping off plan. And I think that's a complete possibility. Again, it comes down to project and who the builder is and the location. But I have flipped homes before in Canada and the United States. I've done it.
Was it easy?
This comes with its challenges and headaches and contractors and all that good stuff.
But you end up making money.
Yes.
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
So you just buy something and then renovate it and try to sell it at a higher price.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you look at, I know a lot of what's going on in the Palm for renovation, but if you look at those are people who work at a higher level because it's a bigger financial investment. But if you look at that and the ROI that they're getting back, oof.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to invest a bit more, But once you sell, you'll be making
Yeah.
more than.
Like if you look at some of the buildings in the marina, right? Yes, you are going to pay more for the apartment, but if you look at the finished product and what you can actually sell it for, yeah.
High.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How do you stay motivated when dealing with those high stake deals? There must
Alcohol.
always be like a potential thing. Is the client going to get converted? Yes or no? Is the time going to waste it, or I'm going to learn something?
Yeah, exactly. I know. It's either a lesson or a blessing, one of the two. I think you just gotta not expectations on it.
Oh, that's a good one.
And that is very difficult to do, especially when you're young and you're hungry and you've got your bills to pay and whatever, and you want the deal. The problem is when you come at somebody and they can smell that you want that deal, like, I need you, I need to have this client, I need to get this closed. It's not good. You have to come at it very calmly, respectfully, and just understand, is this transaction going to work for both of us? Like, are we happy working together? Can we do a deal? If we can, fantastic. If we can't, it's not going to work out. That's fine. Maybe it'll work out down the road, or maybe we'll work together another time. But you have to come at it from a very calm, professional way.
Yeah, perfect. And what's your ultimate goal in Dubai's real estate market?
To be number one.
Oh, wow. And what's the best part about selling the luxury real estate here in Dubai? Is it same as compared to any of those mid-priced ones, or the luxury market is like very different?
Luxury market is very different, and you
Which
just
one is easier?
well, the lower price points obviously transact quicker. Luxury takes a bit longer because people take longer to make up their
Normally, how
mind.
much time does it take?
It depends. I mean, it can take a couple of months. It can take a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, people aren't as quick to pull the trigger necessarily with luxury. But then again, you never know, because sometimes they'll look and look, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, that's the one, and then they buy it. But yeah, the great thing about working in luxury is that you just see so many incredible properties. Like, wow. Yeah.
You get to see a lot of.
It is. It's mind blowing.
So which was the best one did you see?
Oh, there's one that's coming right now. It's on the E front.
Where is it?
In Palm Jumeirah.
Oh, Palm Jumeirah.
Yeah, Palm Jumeirah, and it's a villa, and it was the developer bought it. He's completely gutted it. Yeah. The extended plot was already purchased, and it's going to be spectacular. And that will trade for probably 150.
150 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how much does the agent make in case if it gets sold?
2%.
2%.
2%.
So that's one. How much is it going to be?
I can't do math in my head. Don't ask me.
Close to 300K?
More than that.
More than that.
If it trades for 150 million, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
I need to go into calculators.
Go into the calculator.
And how has Dubai's luxury lifestyle changed you personally?
Oh.
Or nothing has changed from the US?
Yeah. No, Dubai definitely changes you because you get into this life of convenience.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And everything just becomes easy. And also, as a woman, you relax. I don't have to be looking over my shoulder. I don't have to feel that someone's going to come steal my purse or rip my cell phone out of my hand as I'm walking along and talking. Yeah. Right? So you learn to relax in a way that doesn't happen anywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's the biggest culture shock you experienced here in Dubai's market?
Biggest culture shock is that people can work with multiple agents.
Oh, yes. Oh, that is allowed here.
That is
not in the US.
Right. That is allowed here and not allowed in the US.
So
that was a real wake up call. I was shocked about
and that's difficult as well.
It's very difficult because it just feels like a lack of loyalty. You know what I mean? Because I want to work with my client, right? I don't want to have them working with other people.
Yeah,
and I know,
because again, you're investing time as well,
right?
Time and energy is getting invested at the peak.
Yeah, so it's a challenge for sure.
So maybe that thing needs to be changed.
I would love that to be changed if we could just work one-on-one with people.
So do they have exclusive agreements here in Dubai as well?
You do. You can sign an exclusive agreement with a client.
So do they do?
Yes,
do
people will do that, which is fantastic, but it's not as common.
Not common. But you can still ask the clients, right?
You can, yes. You can ask for an exclusive agreement, and hopefully they will agree to it.
How do you balance the work and life when deals can happen like anytime? Because real estate, you can get a message or email anytime.
Yeah, you just have to be, I would say patience is the biggest thing to learn in this business, because you can be anywhere doing anything, and all of a sudden your phone goes off and says, yeah, I want to see the apartment at 6 o'clock tonight. And meanwhile, you maybe had dinner plans with your friend at 6 o'clock. Well, that goes out the window, because you've now got your client to deal with, right? That nothing may come of it. It may never come to fruition, but it doesn't matter. You have to service that client.
So that work has to be done.
Yep, always.
Has to be done.
Yeah.
So what was the weird time? Have you ever got any request which was like tough to fulfill?
A request that was tough to fulfill. Well, the nightclub.
Oh,
I mean, asking, oh, I want a nightclub in my house. What? Okay, yeah, let me just pull that rabbit out of a hat. And the other thing is cars, because people will have 6 or 8 cars or more parking. And so where are we putting all these cars? So that's another difficult one. Yeah.
And how do you celebrate when you close a deal? And how?
Champagne. Champagne is good.
So just don't get very happy when you deal close, and just don't get very sad when you're losing.
Yeah, exactly.
And how do you maintain relationship with clients after closing the deal?
You've just got to stay in touch with them. I mean, it's a matter of, you get to know their family, their spouse, their kids, their pet, just reach out on holidays, on certain, oh, you've been in your place a year, congratulations.
The most now in social media, like everyone would be following each other.
Yeah, right. So they'll see what's going on, and it's just, yeah.
So it's easier to get in touch.
So much easier.
So much easier. And can you say the story where you went above and beyond for a client?
Oh, yeah. Back in the US, I had a client, husband and wife. They were looking for a property, and I showed them 37 homes.
37?
37 before they finally settled.
Wow.
Yep.
So how do you keep so much of patience?
You got it. You just got to do it. And the funny thing is, she is the type of person that she would get into a home and get so excited. Oh, I love this. This is so great. I want that. And then the next day she'd wake up and go, oh, well, I don't know. I'm not sure about it. And I would say, listen, let's go back. I made her make a list. What are your priorities? What do you really, really want? And then I'd say, okay, let's go back and look at the list. Where are we at on this list? Right? And she'd say, oh, yeah, right. Well, I don't have that. I don't have this. And then the other thing I did with them as well, because they were detail-oriented people, every time we would leave a home, I had a checklist, and I would say, okay, let's do this house 1 out of 10. Give me your number. Like, is it a 5? Is it an 8? Where are we at with this house? And then it helped to keep everything on track. So that way we could go back and look and say, well, you did give that house an 8 out of 10. Or is it really an 8 out of 10? Yeah. And then finally we found the 10 out of 10 after 37.
37, that's huge.
I refused to give up. I refused to give up.
Has to be closed.
It has to be closed. Like, I wanted them to find the perfect home, and we did.
And how many months did you spend on this?
That was probably a year.
1 year.
1 year.
That's long.
Yeah.
So you don't get paid anything for doing all this?
Nope.
Till it gets closed?
Nope.
Nothing?
Nothing.
So let's say if you're spending time with 10 clients in a day, keeping on like showing them houses, villas, whatever it is. No payments, nothing.
No payments.
Nothing. You're just investing the time.
You're investing the time. Yeah.
So have to make sure at least 2 or 3 is getting converted.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's about building a relationship. And if it's a good client, they understand that you're giving up your time, and that you're not getting out of this until the deal closes.
Yeah.
Or getting something out of it until the deal closes. So
I believe all those good clients anyways realize this.
Yeah. So and you can always tell the time wasters. Like, you can tell, you get a...
So do you get to know like who is actually wasting time, or like from your experience you would have already known by?
Yeah. I mean, I've been in it so long. I mean, I've walked away from people that I know are just wasting my time. Yeah.
So how do you tell them exactly? Like, how do you try to ignore them anyways?
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of stop communicating with them. I mean, ghosting, I guess, is the term, but it's, I mean, you did get quite a bit of that, especially in the Palm Springs market, because it's like, I'm not here to be your tour guide of Palm Springs. Yeah. Like, are you legitimately looking? Like, what are we doing? And you have to be bold enough to ask that question.
Okay.
Like, what is your timeline? What is your exit strategy? What is your budget? Are you all cash? Do you need a mortgage? Like, you have to ask that stuff up front.
Okay.
And if they're hemming and hawing and, oh, well, I don't know. Well, you know what? Go make a decision. And when you're ready, come back to me.
Okay. Easier way then.
Yeah.
Easier way.
Yeah.
Was the longest you have worked with a client before closing a deal? I believe that's the
Yeah, it was
37.
it was a year.
37.
Yeah, it was a year.
And how do you handle client referrals and recommendations?
How do I handle referrals?
Yes.
The best way to handle a referral, definitely keep track of it. Like if you refer me a client and I close the deal, you're going to get a referral fee for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you keep a track of it.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. Same in the US as well?
Yes, same in the US.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So both parties can track it, or like you are just tracking it and we have to depend on, okay, she will get back to me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And I
So
always
keep it trust.
well, you keep in touch, right? You keep and you do have to trust that people are going to give you the kickback. But yeah, anybody refers me and says, oh, Mr. Smith wants to buy a condo or an apartment in JVC. Great. Thank you for the referral. And when we close, you get your money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you show appreciation to your loyal clients?
Oh, I usually buy like a bottle of my gift was a bottle of Veuve and the Baccarat glasses. Yeah, champagne. That was yeah.
And how do you manage client expectations in Dubai's market?
Comes down to communication, managing people's expectations. Again, you've just got to ask questions. And I think a lot of people are afraid to ask questions. You have to be, it's black and white. Money isn't an emotional decision. I mean, it is.
Of course.
But at the end of the day, it's all about, does this make financial sense? Yes or no? And that's it. So you've got to have those strong talks about what exactly you're looking for and how can I help you?
And is it the same in the US as well?
It's the same.
Same.
Yeah, it's the same.
And where do you feel the decisions are faster, in the US or in Dubai?
Oof, Dubai can happen quicker.
Quicker?
Yeah, than
the US people take time.
Yeah, they will. I mean, if it's an all cash buyer and they know what they want and we find the right property, you can close in, let's say, 17 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Less than a month.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So, but I find that investors in Dubai, like people who are pure investors, like that are buying an entire floor of whatever, multiple apartments, they're pretty quick. They make decisions pretty quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in the US, where do you see it's more about the cash or mortgage? In Dubai, is it more cash, or in the US, it's more cash?
Dubai is definitely more cash in my experience. US was more mortgage.
More mortgage.
Yeah.
So even if it's a very rich guy, it's the same. They do.
Yeah, because
I
mean, money isn't cheap right now, but it was. I mean, our mortgages were at like what, 2.79, 2.8. Yeah, now they're at like over 6.
Oh, wow.
6.89 or something in the US.
Interest.
Yeah. So money was cheap to borrow. So why use your money if you can just borrow it?
Borrow it.
Yeah.
Now I think it's more.
Yeah.
Very high. So maybe that's why people are saying Canadian real estate has gone like blown up. Very expensive. People are not able to buy. US is the same.
Yeah. And plus there's a lack of housing. There's not enough housing.
Really?
Yeah. In both countries. Yeah.
Canada is it?
Especially in Canada. There's a lack of housing. Yeah. It's terrible.
So why not just go and build over there?
That's a question for their government. He's hamstringing that entire country. He's just not building. Whereas here in Dubai, we can put up a building in a week. You know what I mean? Like it's it's like, oh, you need a building? Great, let's do it. Yeah. It's not that way in North America at all.
In the Canada or the US, do they allow foreigners to buy a house?
Yes.
So if I want, can I just go and buy a house?
Yes, but they're going to charge you an extra 15% foreign investment tax.
Okay. For the first time purchase. Or it's like ongoing?
I'm not sure if it's ongoing, but I know I would assume it's ongoing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. Because even though I'm a resident of the US now, if I give that up and walk away from that, and then let's say I want to buy a home in Florida, I will then be subject to that 15% foreign investor tax because now I'm a foreign investor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, even though I was a resident for all those years.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
And for the residency, like you have the US residency.
Yes.
Do they have a timeline like this many days you need to stay in the US to keep this alive?
No, mine was for 10 years at a time. I had a 10-year residency. So
10
I
years
just,
residency.
so I just.
So it doesn't matter how many days you stay over there. Okay.
Yeah.
And yes, how do you screen potential clients before taking them on?
Again, it comes down to having a conversation, but you need their name, their email address, their address, phone number.
So do you do a background check?
We do a background check for sure. I mean, it's just, let's do a simple Google search on this person. Let's look at their social media.
So if there is no information, because there are a lot of people who don't have any social media account.
I know. If they're an all cash buyer, you have to go with your gut feel and just, does this person feel legitimate? If it gets down,
What can go wrong? Because anyways, he's paying the full cash and
Yeah.
taking.
I mean,
Nothing to be done.
yeah, it just here in Dubai, you definitely, you know, there are more checks and balances to everything, which is fantastic. But yeah, it just comes down to Google searching people. What does your gut feel about that person, right?
Little background check.
Yeah, you've got to definitely do that.
What red flags make you decline working with a client?
What red flags make me decline working with a client? If they're not willing to give up information.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if they're not willing to say, well, why do you need proof of funds? Like, why do you need to know?
Do they do that?
Oh, there have been people that will push back. Say, well, I need proof of funds because I need to know that you have the cash to actually buy this.
Yeah.
You say you're all cash for a 77 million dirham
Oh.
villa.
Yeah.
Really?
So,
Are you?
Can they simply tell, like, yes, come to my house and see the 77 million cash?
Yeah. But, you know, people will send like a crypto, you know, their crypto account. Well, that's a PDF file that can be manipulated.
Yeah.
So again, it comes back to doing your checks, right?
Okay.
You've got to get as much information as you can to
Actually know that, of course, can pay or not.
exactly.
And have you ever had to fire a client? What happened?
I personally have never had to fire a client. I have worked with other agents that they have had to. They've just had to walk away from the situation. I don't know. I'm lucky enough that that's never happened to
Still
me.
no bad experience yet.
Yeah, not yet.
And how do you verify a client's financial capability?
To verify a financial capability for a client, it just comes down to you've got to put them through the AML, anti-money laundering. Again, you've got to do your Google searches. Just try and get as much information as you can out of your client because it's for your protection as well. And the potential property that you're going to see, you don't want to waste their time either saying, oh, can I come in and see your 20 million dirham mansion? But, oh, by the way, this guy can't afford it. Well, we just want to look. You can't do that.
Can't do that,
Yeah.
How do you handle those time wasters in the luxury market? Because in the middle, like the middle segments, I think it's easier because there are a lot of people would be like coming and asking for their questions. But in the luxury market, do you still get clients who are like in the lookout for like 20, 30 million dirhams house, but cannot even afford 1 million once?
Yep.
Huh?
We do get those time wasters for sure. And there comes a point where you just have to cut them loose. Yeah.
Oh.
It hasn't happened to me. It has happened to a fellow colleague. She had a guy who was just a complete time waster.
Just time.
Yeah.
But how do you get to know like, okay, there is something wrong?
We did the AML and the Google searching.
Okay.
Yeah. And it came up and not great.
And what's your approach to dealing with unrealistic client demands?
If someone has unrealistic client demands, like, oh, you have to find me a house that has capacity for 10 cars. Well, that's great. Then you need to either increase your budget or pick a different location because the location that you want, that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So either you're going to buy a house, completely gut it and renovate it to fit your cars, or we're moving areas.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to be honest with people.
Yeah.
They have to realize that's the situation.
And how do you manage clients who try to bypass commission?
That has to be dealt with right up front. And you have to be bold enough to ask the question. Say, if I close this transaction for you, I bring you your buyer, are you paying my commission?
But that's by default, it's understood. Anyways, I have to pay.
I'm sorry, sellers. If either way, you've got to be upfront about it. You've got to say, are you paying my commission?
Yeah.
And be bold enough and ask that
And when do you
question.
take that?
You've got to do it fairly soon. Like when you know a transaction is coming together, unless if they haven't signed an exclusive agreement that says, yes, I'm going to pay, you definitely have to be bold about it. I'm not working for free.
Yeah, of course.
And that's my bottom line. And if you want that, then I'm walking away. You can go work with somebody else.
So basically, if someone is buying from you on the DLD day itself, you're going to take the commission from both sides.
Yeah.
So it happens from both the sides, right?
Yes.
From buyer 2% and the seller 2%.
Right.
And DLD is 4%.
Right.
Okay. So basically 4% is what you get and 4% is what the government gets.
Right.
But you need to make sure you're getting it right on the same day.
Yeah, you have to. And a lot of times you're splitting that with another agent, right? Because I might not have the stock.
Yeah.
I might have to go to one of my colleagues. Yes, I have that. Okay, so that's fine. We're going to split that 2% into one. That's fine.
Okay.
but you have to know you're getting paid.
But what if some client says, I will pay you tomorrow, I don't have it today, something like this? Like, there must be a lot of people who do this. I have no idea, because normally whenever we buy, we normally take the cash to the same DLD office and we give it to the agents. Like,
Yeah.
here is your 2%, here is your 2%, job done, thank you, bye-bye.
I won't work with people like that. And you can kind of get a feel for people as things go along, if they're actually going to be a good person and do what they're supposed to do. I mean, they don't work for free.
Yeah,
They get their money from somewhere.
Yeah.
So why should I work for free?
of course.
Yeah. I have to eat and pay my car and
Yeah.
everything else. So
So it's already clear before even the transaction
Yes.
happens. Like, this is what you're going to pay.
yeah.
And this is when you need to make sure it's getting
Exactly.
paid. And what's your strategy for handling difficult clients?
I think if things get difficult, you just again have to get with them face to face. Don't do things on text. Don't do things on the phone. Because people will like to hide behind that. Just say, let's have a meeting. Let's go have a coffee. How can we resolve this?
Okay.
How can I help you resolve this situation?
Mm.
And if I've made a mistake, I will legitimately apologize for that and say, okay, let's work through that. What do you need from me?
Okay.
And if people aren't willing to communicate to each other, that says a lot.
That's a red flag again.
That
That's
is,
a red flag.
then just walk away.
Just walk away.
It's not worth your time. Yeah.
And what do you feel is easier and more profitable? Like dealing with 10 clients whose budget is 2 million or 1.5 million, or like dealing with only 2 clients whose budget is 10, 20 million?
No, I mean, I'd rather deal with people who have a lower budget in general,
Okay.
because it's more transactions.
Yeah.
And also that's always an interesting area as well, because they want to build their wealth.
Yeah.
You know, they want to get to the point where they can buy an 8 million or 10 or whatever, right? So I love working with people who are just jumping into the real estate market, and to see how we can help grow their wealth.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
What's a good investment for them?
Yeah, because maybe for the high ticket clients, it takes time.
It
again.
does take time.
So maybe it's better to have like a lot of small clients, and on the top maybe having 3-4 big clients, and let them take that time. At least those transactions are happening and money is coming into the bank account.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is when it happens.
Yeah.
So for those real estate companies, is commission is the only source of income, or there is anything else they can also make money from?
No, commission is that.
That's all.
Yeah.
So you have to sell something.
You have to.
So do you think there are so many companies, are they able to sell something at the end of each month?
There are a lot of companies here in Dubai. Obviously, there's a lot of agents in Dubai. I mean, not everybody is doing transactions and working. That's why, I wish they would change it to having a relationship where it's just one-on-one.
Exclusive.
Yeah, really, let's focus on it being exclusive, and that would weed out a lot of people. And just, bring the Dubai market to a more mature market.
And which country customers do you like working with? Like, if it's India or US or Europe, which country is like more very straight with their facts, very ready to give their details, and very fast at taking decisions?
Germans are very on it, like straightforward. I want this, I want this, I want this. But everybody, I mean, I love being here in a very multicultural society. You have to learn to navigate all of that.
Yeah.
And to me, it's interesting.
So have you dealt with Indian clients as well?
Yes. And to me, it's a challenge, and it's interesting. So I like it. And if we get along, that's fantastic. If we do a transaction, that's fantastic. And if not, well, then they can go transact with somebody else.
So what is that one thing which you think should actually change in this Dubai real estate thing? One is that exclusive agreement thing. Is there anything else which you see, like, if that change happens, it will be more better for the real estate area?
Yeah, it just has to come down to they've got to get rid of the 3 agents
thing.
with one person, and just focus on letting people be exclusive, and just make it a mandate. That's it. That's it.
Everyone has to sign.
Yeah.
Everyone has to sign.
Right. Everyone has to sign. Let's build a relationship. If you don't like your agent, fire them, then go find another one.
Yeah.
Let's get people relationship building. I think that's part of the problem here, is people aren't building relationships, because it's like, oh, I can just get another one. I can just get another one.
And do you have something like exclusive listing rights here in Dubai? Like in the US, I believe it's there. Like if you are dealing with this apartment or something, then only this agent can list about this. No one else can do that.
Yes.
Do they have that thing in here in Dubai as well?
Yes. So if you have a villa on the Palm, let's say, and you want to exclusively sign with me, we can do that agreement. But then what happens is you'll get other agents coming around saying, "Oh, well, just don't have that exclusive agent agreement with Grayson. You sign with me. Oh no, I can get you a better deal. I can get the deal done." Like that's what happens.
So
And
what is the solution to this?
you just have to ignore it and just
But what if they get to reach to the owners directly? That's all.
yeah, I mean, you got to hope that your client believes in you enough and wants to continue to work with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because now, if you go to the Bayou or the Property Finder websites, let's say when I was actually trying to search for an apartment, the same apartment, all of my agents who were in touch, they were quoting me something, for 2 bedrooms, I think 1.5 million something. But when I went to Bayou and Property Finder, they had listed the same one for 1.2 million. So of course you will start calling them. And what they do is they just get the leads.
Yeah.
They get the leads and then tell you, yes, we have it. But let me check, give me some time. Then after 5 minutes, they will call you, sorry, sir, that has already been sold. But we have one more unit, which is 1.5.
Yeah.
So that's when they have your details, they get the lead and they try to convert. So is this same thing happens in the US as well, or US not something?
No, US is very different. We can't list something unless we actually have it.
Cannot list.
Cannot list.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it someone verifying this thing as well?
Yeah, it is verified for sure. Like there is no, we don't do the verified listings. You know how we have to do the true check here?
Okay.
Yeah. But if you want to sell your villa, you and I sign an agreement. It's actually an 80-page agreement.
Oh, wow.
Document. Yeah.
In the US.
In the US. And there's all kinds of disclosures that have to happen as well. And then, it is a verified listing. Like I then take your home, photograph it, video, everything. It's all over my social. Then it goes on what we have is called the multiple listing service. And every home apartment on there is legit. It's not fake.
Oh, cannot be fake.
No. So when another agent calls me and says, "Hey, Grayson, I'm interested in that villa." Yes, that is the villa that I have and it's at this price. Would you like to see it?
Okay.
That's it. Whereas here in Dubai, that's exactly what happens. Oh no, we just sold that one, but I have another one. Yeah. Can't do that.
Can't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that is how people are actually getting the leads from here. The easiest way to get the leads.
It is.
Just list all of those apartments which are in the news or social media.
Yeah.
Put them at a cheaper price and let people call you, get the leads and talk to them, meet them and try to sell them something else.
Yeah.
Very easy to do that.
And sometimes also, the home or the apartment has legitimately sold, like it's gone, but they keep the listing up there because they do want
They don't delete.
No.
Here. No one gets to delete it.
No.
But maybe in the other countries they always, if it's sold, market sold, delete.
Gone.
Gone.
That's gone.
Gone.
Yeah, you can't keep that up there. Like and say, "Oh, I want to get leads from that." No, that's not how.
So maybe that is something what needs to be changed here as well.
That would be great.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I believe we have already most amenity. Yes. And the most insane amenity you have seen here in Dubai, luxury apartment space. Insane amenities.
Oh, insane amenities. I think the cars that you can drive in and then the lifts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where is it?
On the Palm.
On the Palm itself?
Yeah. And then the nightclub. But yeah, I've seen the where and then your car goes up and then you could put like another car underneath.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I mean.
And what is the best one what you have seen so far? Best mansion or villa here in Dubai? Which location?
There's so much on the Palm, right? There's just
Palm, but it's all old. There is nothing.
I know, but anything that's been renovated, right? Because there's been like there's one on the G Fron that is just it's still for sale. I would buy that house tomorrow. I would move right in there.
So good?
It's so beautiful. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like if you drive down any front of the Palm Jumeirah now, I mean, it's just renovation.
Everything is getting renovated.
Yes. It's amazing. They
very expensive.
Take them down to Shell and Core, or they, do even a light renovation. Like it's crazy what's going on there right now.
Right.
Because yeah, they are old, but
Yeah, that's what, because whenever I keep on traveling or drive through that, I feel like those are very old. Why are they so expensive?
Yeah.
But they're innovating it and trying to sell it at a very higher price. And still, I was just checking the rents. Oh my God, the rents are so high, 500K, 600K.
Yeah. Oh, you can
just for a month.
Oh yeah, you can get into the millions for like a year.
Just for a year, more than
Yeah.
a million, probably. Crazy. And there are still people who are paying for those.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of influencers here. There's a lot of influencers that live on the Palm.
Oh, really?
Like YouTubers and like social media influencers.
Maybe all those crypto guys.
And they pay that price. There is the one and only.
Yeah.
The penthouse there just rented for 4 million.
4 million.
4 million dirhams, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. For the year.
For the year.
Yeah.
Alright guys, that's it for today. Hopefully you got to learn something new, exactly how real estate works in US versus Dubai, how the luxury real estate space works in Dubai versus the US. So I actually got to learn a lot of new things as well, because I had a lot of doubts which I just went ahead and asked her, so she was able to answer it to me, and I was having all of my doubts cleared as well. If you've got any question, let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next week with a new video.